ladies and gents, Six Figs here from YouTube, and we're going to be talking about this current situation with FTX, Alameda Research, CZ, Binance, FTT, and a whole bunch of other crap. This is going to get real freaky, really fast, and I've got some theories on what could be happening right now. So let's talk about this at a super high level. Because CZ this morning basically said, we don't want anything to do with FTX, FTT any longer. And there's three things that I could see CZ referring to, either individually or all this stuff collectively as a whole. Number one, we know that FTX, Sam Bankman have been trying to negatively pass crypto regulation that will damage all of us, prevent us from making wallet-to-wallet transactions, folks. And we will have to route those transactions through an exchange like FTX, where they can make fees and stuff like that. Other thing is that we know there's been recent light shed. FTX has been involved with some very significant and damaging market manipulation of competitor token, such as Ronin Network and Internet Computer, because they're trying to shield Solana and propel Solana to the very top. And this is just all this interesting stuff going down. And there's also rumors of some insolvency. And this is where things kind of get interesting here. And it's not surprising. Before we go any further, though, I want you to take this information. I want you to watch the entire video so you can make sound judgment on this information and come to your own conclusion. Basically, this guy is saying FTX is insolvent. We got proof. I need more proof than this. FTX Exchange and Alameda Research hold $8 billion in FTT value, which is illiquid against a real market cap of $3 billion. That $5 billion is magic money they report on their balance sheet. So any sell pressure will crash the market cap fast. Perhaps this is true. I don't have the data to support this, but this seems to be the narrative that is going around. And why are we concerned about this? Because FTX really has two options here. And they really both involve crashing the entire crypto market, as far as I'm concerned. I'm trying to forward think here, any repercussions that could happen going forward. And so when it comes down to, like, I'm not saying that FTX is going to pull a Luna-style crash. But I think that we are going to see some significant retracement from FTX possibly going forward. Back in June or July, I was writing articles, folks. And I couldn't get anybody to publish one of my articles, which at the end I will go through and put that on the screen so you can read it. I dubbed that article The Hitmen of Crypto. It focused on FTX and the shady antics that they have been involved with in this industry. And CryptoMagazine.digital was really the only person that would publish it. But all the stuff in it was, as far as I'm concerned, 100% factual. So with that said, give them a follow. Back to discussion on what could happen with the FTT token, things like that. Well, FTT is in this situation where if the market gets nervous and scared that some of this information is true or could possibly be true, once CZ or Binance starts the selling pressure on FTT, which he said they will try to do this in a way that minimizes market impact. But basically, he's getting ready to sell a lot of FTT tokens. And when it comes down to really stalling this price, like Caroline is trying to do, this is where things get interesting. FTX, if they are truly insolvent, won't have a way to buy back the FTT token. But if they are holding other assets such as Bitcoin and Ethereum or some of the major players, they can liquidate some of those assets to start buying back the FTT token and stabilize that token as much as possible. It might make perfect sense to do that, simply because FTX cares only about one thing: their brand and getting it to the top of the entire crypto market space as high as possible. So that's going to be very interesting to see what exactly happens. The second option they could do is not liquidate any of their holdings, and they could just let the FTT token really kind of fail or fall down, where they could rebuy it at lower levels, stuff like that. But I do think that right now the FTX FTT token is pretty much going to be in this downward spiral, and we'll see what happens here going forward. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see anything like this happen, but we could see some very damaging price action with the FTX FTT token if they have to start liquidating other assets to save FTX FTT token. And one of the other things I wanted to kind of touch on here was that if FTX is truly insolvent and they did something criminal, like print a bunch of FTT tokens for Alameda Research to just kind of hold on to, this would create problems, because technically, whatever Alameda Research would be holding on to could be used to get loans to buy exchanges like Voyager, who are in bankruptcy, things like that. So if that FTT token is truly invalid, is truly illiquid, you could see lenders demand, their money back, or their loans back at a certain date, certain time, things like that. So this whole thing is just, the situation is too early, and it's really just wait and see at this point in time as to what exactly is going to happen going forward. Is Binance going to slowly bleed the FTT token? Are other exchanges going to be on board behind the scenes? This whole thing is like Pandora's box at this point of time. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on what's going on right now. Really, when it comes to a market dump, I think it's quite possible that we could see something like that happen. Again, this is not meant to scare anybody. It's not meant to be construed as financial or trading advice, anything like that. Just kind of observations and points that I have been kind of thinking about as this news breaks, stuff like that. So anyways, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. If you guys hadn't heard about how FTX is damaging other crypto ecosystems, I did a video about it back in April, exposing the whole ICP token launch and how FTX manipulated that into an unfavorable position for investors, and FTX possibly rug pulled the ICP token launch to protect Solana and their Serum DEX, things like that. So we'll see that at the end screens, and we'll see you guys all in the next video.